Time of year in the South, perfect. Fall football weather, and we've got the roof wide open here at Mercedes-Benz Stadium in the heart of Georgia. Today, it's a Week 9 matchup, and we are all set to go, as it'll be the Minnesota Vikings taking on the Atlanta Falcons. The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final 2 bring us as we're off in Week 9? And we will not get a run back here to start. It's a touchback, and it will come out to the 25.
Ready up. Ready.
Throwing first play is Ritter. Short throw caught by Pitts. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 19 yards right off the bat. And a quick first down. Ritter to throw it. And that's going to be incomplete. The Falcons at 500 now, 4-4 on the year. And they come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
Off the play fake, it's Ritter. Short throw caught by Pitts. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10, right at the 40. Ritter headed right off the option. Fighting his way through contact. Still on his feet. Touchdown, Falcons! Desmond Ritter, 40 yards. And the Falcons will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. Koo able to connect on the extra point. And that makes the score 7-0. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. From the end zone, here comes Brandon Powell. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. Here's Hall. That's into the hands of Akers, complete. Down he goes at the 23, a pickup of 4. We'll see what kind of mindset they have here offensively after giving up the touchdown on the opening drive.
And based on our time with them, prior to this game, I feel like they've got a good mindset going in. In fact, the discussion that we had with the coaching staff was, we may give up some points in this game, so offense has to be ready each and every time to either equal or try and get us ahead and try and keep us ahead. This is their chance to respond to that first touchdown given up.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now it's Hall. That is incomplete. Cole Beasley, the intended target, and that'll bring up 2nd down. You talk about this Falcon defense. They were terrific in the win over Tennessee a week ago.
They forced 7 turnovers.
How many?
7. I mean, think about that number now. That's supposed to be a lucky number, right? Lucky for one side, unlucky for the other.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
Now Hall. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And that's going to be good for another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 40. A give, running right is Akers. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things, and it looks like it's going.
And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Mike Hughes. And the Falcons are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line.
Definitely not the ideal time to see that mistake, partner, because this is still a one-possession game, and that's at least a field goal that just vanished with that turnover. Now, pressure's on defensively to prevent that pick from turning into points for the other side.
Now Ritter to throw on first down. And that is incomplete.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there was not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
They'll try again from the 20 on 2nd and 10. Ritter will set up to throw it. And caught by London. And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4.
Oh, I see you nodding your head along with me, partner, because it's pretty obvious what they were trying to do there on the drag route. With his speed, they're hoping he can turn the corner and maybe take this to the house. But that was excellent work defensively to make sure once he caught it, he wasn't going anywhere.
Ritter throwing on 3rd down. And it is caught on the move past the 40. Still going inside the 20. And now Miller hit, and he fumbles. And one of the linebackers has got it. Part of my spot sheets, I highlighted turnover margin because we remember they turned it over 4 times last week. So another one here in the first quarter. This isn't the way they want to go.
No, not even close, and it's not something they even imagine because the amount of time that we know that they spend in practice talking about what they need to get done, working on it, showing them how to take care of the football, and emphasizing what it means in terms of winning. They got to just be puzzled right now that they're not taking care of the ball better.
Hall to throw it. He's going to go deep for Beasley. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. You talk about this Falcon defense. They've certainly had their struggles against the run at the 30th ranked unit out of 32 teams in the NFL.
The numbers are definitely not in their favor, but every time I click on the film and watch them, I see stretches where they play against the run really well. Their biggest problem, when they give up those explosive runs, those 30, 40, 50-yard runs, you got to really mess up your averages.
And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. 57 yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start. From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Picked up by Troy Anderson. And the Falcons are going to take possession as they got it at the 42-yard line. And not the first quarter that he was hoping for. Now 2 interceptions thrown.
Well, the good ones, they found a way to compartmentalize, right? Put these behind them, have that short memory, but understand why they threw the 2 interceptions. They go on and usually play a pretty decent game. Other quarterbacks, they have a hard time getting past it and often put the ball up for grabs the rest of the ball game.
It's a gain of 34. So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Looking to throw it here. Ritter throws right back to London, complete again. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. Giving back-to-back catches now. That one for 16 and another first down. They'll run with Patterson. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Cordero Patterson scoring a touchdown against his former mates. And the Falcons are off to a 13-0 first quarter lead. Extra point by Koo, up and good. And that'll make the score 14-0. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. Powell now to take it out of the end zone. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively. Obviously, 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor, maybe break the ice a little bit, like, hey, didn't we practice in that color jersey all week, not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
Hall. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. $14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Third and 19. Back to throw, Hall. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
I know this offense was expecting to do big things, but it certainly hasn't turned out that way, at least not through the first 3 drives. They definitely got to put their heads together and start concocting some offense that'll move the ball downfield.
Fielded at the 43. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And the Falcons are set up well to begin their drive, as it'll begin in enemy territory already.
Ready, set.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Check right. Right, 60. Set.
Ritter. And he fires one incomplete.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make second down, second and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
Now a 2nd and 10. On 2nd down, a run with Patterson. And tough sledding. He'll get maybe a yard. Stop short of the 35.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
So 3rd down now. They need the 27-yard line for a first. Ritter now. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. And they're able to convert on 3rd with a solid gain of 23. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Here's Ritter. And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
Everyone's eyes go to him when he nears the end zone, and that includes the coverage. He took away the easy throwing lanes and forced a high throw.
2nd and 10. Back to throw, Ritter. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Give them credit for excellent coverage, tight coverage. They're doing a lot of things that we talk about in basketball. They're causing disruptions in the passing game. And as long as that continues, it'll be tough for them to gain any momentum throwing the ball downfield.
Another throw coming up here for Ritter. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Like what I've seen so far out of this defense, because they've been showing their best coverages on 3rd down. So far, only allowed 1 conversion on a...
Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked. Now it's scooped up, and this is a live football. Taking it right down Broadway. Touchdown, Vikings. A great play there. 1 play, 75 yards. And the Vikings take the block field goal and convert it into 6 points. Joseph connects on the extra point, and that'll make our score 14-7. Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
Falcons take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Down.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. 4-4 their record through 8 games on the season. Would you say that this team has overperformed, underperformed, or are they kind of right where you thought that they would be?
Do you mind if I say yes, yes, and yes? Because ultimately to me, 4-4 is about where they should be, because we've seen weeks where they've been really, really good. They've looked terrific. Other weeks where we've wondered just how good is this team. They want to be consistent in their play, not consistently inconsistent, which is what they've been thus far.
Tackle made there by Jordan Hicks.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
Ready.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And incomplete on the deep ball.
My first thought is surprise, because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
So now 3rd and 10, a big play to start the drive, but nothing since. Ritter back to throw. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 29-yard line. First and 10, it's Patterson. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
Meanwhile, Ritter's throw taken in by Miller. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 12-yard line. That one goes for 13 yards and it moves the sticks. And this is a guy who last week not only helped his real team, but really helped a lot of fantasy teams. 3 trips to pay dirt. They've got to contain him.
And watching him play is like going to lunch with you when you order that combo plate, right? In this case, his combo plate is he can go over the top of you and catch it up front, turn it into a big gain, run past you, and then uses his size and his physical abilities to keep you away from the football. Hard to defend this guy.
Reigning NFC Offensive Player of the Week. Here's 2nd and 10. Option left, and Ritter keeps it. It's going to be a gain of 6 on the keeper, but it leads to a 3rd down. A little do-it-yourself run right there. What a nice game.
And I like that he knew that that was about all he was going to get. So he did a nice job of protecting himself, took care of the football, took what the defense gave him. If they continue to allow him to do that, they'll find their way taking what they can all the way to the end zone.
Ritter from the gun on 3rd down. Back in the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete.
What an excellent defensive stand there in the red zone. Nice tight coverage. They certainly recognized how important it was to bring up 4th down here.
Cooley knocks this one through the post. And they will move up by 10 now, 17-7. So this time the protection holds up for him just fine, and he's able to bang it through.
I think their special teams coach got the point across. He gave him a pretty good earful after the block earlier. And this time, there's no penetration, so they're able to pick up 3.
Up to midfield. 1:55 left to go in the first half of play. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Throwing here is Hall. They'll set up the screen here to Akers. No gain on the screen there. It's second down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked up by Troy Anderson. And the Falcons will take over here at their own 12-yard line. 3 first-half interceptions now, and Charles, you'd have to think a fair amount of concern is developing over there on that sideline.
And there should be, because essentially he's been a little loose and possibly reckless with the football here in the first half. Now, maybe it's not all on him, but still 3 interceptions. That puts the entire team in jeopardy. So the play caller from here on out got to design some throws for him that he can complete, keep it away from the defense, and try and get him back on track.
Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
That's some good closing speed there defensively, because that looked open for a minute. But that's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
Ready?
Ritter backed up in his end zone. He's got his target. That's complete. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1.
With the kind of game he's had so far, you had to know that on third down that they would be looking his way, and they did, for big yardage and a first down. I think the defense fell asleep at the switch on that one. I would have doubled him, tripled him, anything to keep the ball out of his hands.
Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield incomplete.
Partner, they've been aggressive, airing it out all game long, and no better evidence than those last 2 snaps. They weren't going to beat this coverage, though, 2 plays in a row, and that one falls incomplete.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. To the air again, it's Ritter. Going up top for Miller. This is caught at the 20. Touchdown, Falcons. Scotty Miller, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Falcons will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Koo able to connect on the extra point. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. Powell now to take it out of the end zone. And he returns this to the 22.
The Vikings take over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Well, that's a perfect example of how he was named NFC Defensive Player of the Week from last week's game. He is just all around the football right now, isn't he?
That he is, and it's funny because I talked with the coaching staff about drills that they do in practice, and one of them is called matching hands. And as soon as that hand is launched by the quarterback, you throw up the opposite hand and match that hand with the QB, and oftentimes you're able to knock it away, as we just saw there.
And avoids the contact by sliding. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1.
I haven't met a quarterback yet that didn't enter the league with a massive chip on his shoulder if he wasn't a first-round pick. They want to show the league that they made a big mistake. Determined to get the first down there, no hesitation at all to tuck it and go. I bet he would have tried to run through their entire defense if it meant reaching that marker.
He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's second down. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down, 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. The Vikings set to receive the second half kickoff, and they trail it here as we resume play. And the half will begin with a touchback. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Well, they look up at the scoreboard facing that deficit. A 3-score game, Charles, but look, there's plenty of time to go here. The old football cliche that comes to my mind is you can't get it all back at once. They probably need something, though, out of this drive, at least 3 points.
Are you trying to say that there's no 3-score drive on that play sheet for any of those coordinators? They just don't have it, right? You're trying to get it all back. You know you can't get it back in one drive, but maybe cut into it a little bit as you just suggested. Try and create a little bit of momentum, a little bit of a spark, and then maybe that'll carry over.
Just his second catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just...
And that's caught inside the 30. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. 33 yards that time.
A gain of 33 yards on the play. First down, Minnesota.
Ready. Check back.
Now a toss running left, Akers. And a strong run there as he'll maneuver his way down inside the 15. That's over 40 yards of movement with those last 2 plays. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Now Hall. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete.
With a rookie quarterback out there, you're definitely going to find out how he handles adversity, because this one so far hasn't gone according to plan. He's got to fight through it and show him what he's made of.
Here's a run with Akers on 2nd down. And they get to him quickly here as he stops right around the 13. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves him with 3rd and 9 looming. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete. Now Greg Joseph for the field goal try. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. The kick by Joseph is good, and that will close the gap down to 14. So a good drive there to begin quarter number 3, but they're only able to shave 3 points off the lead.
Well, something's better than nothing, all right? They didn't play particularly well in the first half, but they definitely needed to step on the accelerator now and play a whole lot better.
The Falcons take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. Now Patterson to start the drive. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards. Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on 1st down. Ritter off the play fake. On the move to his left. That going to be caught downfield by Miller. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. Another 1st down there as this one goes for 25.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Ritter with it after the play fake. Rolling to his right. And it's caught on the right side of Smith. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And that will bring up 2nd down.
Well, this has certainly been a nice drive with the way they've spread the football around. Here, they even get the fullback involved in the passing game. That's got to cause a lot of consternation on the defensive side. You've got to cover him, too. That makes things really difficult.
2nd down throw coming for Ritter. Slant route to Miller. Touchdown! Scotty Miller the 21. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. Powell now to take it out of the end. And all deep in his own territory. He coughs up the football. And one of the linebackers has got it. And they'll have great field position here as the ball will be at the 15-yard line. So problems compounding themselves here on the return. They just give up the touchdown, and now they lose the football.
Yeah, partner, things are starting to unravel a little bit for them right in front of our eyes. They're going to be looking for some answers, and quickly.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete.
After all the preparation, all the practice, a play like that will absolutely break your heart. They had everything they wanted, just unable to complete it. In the end zone, a big-time drop.
That helps the completion percentage, but not much else, and now it's 3rd and 10. The defense loves to hang their hat on that, don't they? You get a guy that catches the ball, but you stop him for no gain.
Without a doubt, because they're also used to trying to catch people after the catch, and they miss. And that turns into what? A huge play. We've seen it so many times. In this case, though, catch was made, put down right on the spot.
Ritter throwing on 3rd down. Going for Kyle Pitts again. He's got him again. And he'll get inside the 10, but he's short of the line he needed. So on 4th down, Ritter heads to the sideline. Younghoe Koo gets set for the Atlanta field goal. Koo knocks this one through the post. So the big return had him fired up, but in the end, the offense stalls out. They only muster 3.
Yeah, the excitement was there after the return, but they didn't move the ball at all after that. They didn't even get a first down.
And not willing to risk another fumble, he'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Forcing completion on first down. They were able to shut down the running play in second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes. Zach Harrison brings him down, and that's a play he's going to remember. The first sack of his NFL career. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. Fielded at the 33. 44-yard punt, return of 9. And it will be Falcon football. About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the 3rd quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
We have played 3 quarters. This is the National Football League on EA Sports.
Let's go. Right, right. Ready, ready.
And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Desmond Ritter, a 22-yard scamper. And the Falcons have sewn this one up as they add to their lead here in the 4th. Koo able to connect on the extra point. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. Powell now to take it out of the end zone. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18.
At their own 18. 16-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here. And it's out. He put it on the carpet. And the Falcons grab it. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line. Fumble's going to matter. And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. Here's Hall. They'll roll him out right. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Zach Harrison in there to record the second sack of his young NFL career. The offense on third down, they've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 9. Flushed out right. So no sack. He gets back to the line of scrimmage, but it will still bring up a 4th down.
Late in the game, he's certainly doing everything in his power to buy time for his guys to make a play. But in this case, he's surrounded, and all he has room to do is to get back to the line of scrimmage.
The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. And now on is the field goal unit. And boy, this is speculative at best, crazy at worst. And supreme confidence in the kicker turns to supreme failure, as that is obviously no good. And they will remain well behind. I guess I got to hand it to him. That was, that was ambitious.
Well, that's one way to put it.
Down.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10.
Striker. 3-3.
Off the play fake, it's Ritter. That ball is caught. It's London for the Atlanta touchdown. From 13 yards out. And the Falcons continue to pour it on here in the 4th. Extra point by Koo, up and good. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. Powell now to take it out of the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this 4th quarter. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. Back to throw, Hall. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Troy Anderson. And he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line.
Come on, set. Ready.
Straight ahead, Patterson. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
His big day receiving just keeps getting bigger. He's over 200 yards now on the afternoon.
On the double. Hut.
Looking to throw it here. Ritter. Throw left side. There's London. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage. Back to the 4-yard line. It'll go as a loss on the play. Not what you need down here. It's going to be 2nd and goal.
Ready, ready. Ready.
Patterson. We'll get about halfway there as he takes this from the 4 down to the 2. After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain.
Well, Brandon, we always know that once you score 1 touchdown,
you want 2.
You're without a doubt. And so far today, he's got 1, but was denied as he tried to get the second one.
Ready.
Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal.
Ready.
Back to throw. Ridder sliding out of the pocket. Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
It's been a fun game for him so far, but I think he tried to do just a little too much that time. Give the defense a rare win on that snap.
Youngway Koo for the Falcons field goal.
Koo knocks this one through the post. And that will extend their lead even further. Well, ultimately, not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead. In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put...
And now here's another interception. Picked up by A.J. Terrell. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line. On play action, here's Ridder. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away, incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down. But at this juncture, CD, you normally see teams pack in the passing game. They've got the huge lead. Not them, though. They're still taking their shots.
I remember reading in past history, there was a college football coach in the Hall of Fame whose nickname was Close the Gates of Mercy. He wasn't really big on that. He was big on going ahead and scoring. He's kind of reincarnated right here. We're watching it in front of us.
Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or 2 because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
3rd and 9 here.
Ready. Ready.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. Here's 3rd and 9.
Black shot. Yellow. Hut, hut.
Ridder now. First mistake for him in the ball game as it's intercepted. Andrew Booth picks it off. And the Vikings are going to take possession here at their own 3-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch.
And he's going to go down. He backed up into the end zone, and this is going to wind up a safety. Now, this defense has been smothering all game long. Why not give them 2 more points here in the closing minutes?
Well, they've certainly earned it. They've gotten the better of this offensive line for 4 quarters, and this sack here will just be a little icing on the cake.
Ready. Ready. Hut, hut.
They're going to start the drive here on the ground with Patterson. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead, positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line.
Ready.
Now it looks like he'll throw here. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down. So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Ritter going deep this time for Miller. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. Here's Bradley Pinion now. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the 4th quarter. On the return is Powell. A 7-yard return following a punt of 45 yards. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway.
Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
Taken down for the 5th time this game. Multiple defenders there to get him.
A loss of 6 yards. It's 2nd down.
Well, this was a blowout supported by both sides of the ball today, Charles. It would be easy to look at the offense and say, man, they were clicking, and they were, but don't forget about the effort by this defense as well.
Yeah, they weren't going to let up just because the lead was saved. They wanted to play as big a part in this game as their offense did in making this blowout. They needed to be noticed as well, and they played accordingly.
So for the Falcons, the win gets them back over 500 at 5-4 on the year. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Arizona Cardinals. Meanwhile, for the Vikings, the turnaround hasn't materialized as they fall to 2-7. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast.